24th decade of the age of Tesla, chaos has swept across the land. The cruel Atlantean Empire, once believed invincible due to the guild's mastery of Tesla's own magic art of technomancy, as well as the might of the Imperial Legion, have been dealt surprising and embarrassing blows by the Black Powder Rebellion, who, despite these wins against superior opponents, are by no means close to victory. In the forests of the Wilden, the freeholders of the Elemental League, wielders of magic, of life and nature, fight for their very survival from the onslaught of the undead Dark Crusaders of the Necropolis. In the Blasted Lands, the Orc Raiders of the Fist strike fear into the hearts of all with their sheer brutality. From the majestic Rivenheim Mountains, the Elven Lords and Ladies of the Knights Immortal are a divided people. Those who remain in the Rivenheims, led by the noble yet prideful Council Lord Jameis, view the Lowlander races as unsophisticated beasts destined to destroy themselves unless they are subjugated by high elven superiority. In the Lowlands, however, the Honorable General Vale commands the 100 Free Armies, an impartial peacekeeping force committed to the cause of defending the vulnerable, even if it means pitting Knight Immortal against Knight Immortal. While made up of predominantly high elven warriors, the Free Armies also retain the services of many representatives of the various lowland peoples and factions. Acting as wild cards in the game of conquest are the Solanavi, luminescent beings of pure energy who seem to feed off the chaos, offering their aid in battle for the price of unyielding allegiance to them. Also the Draconum, an ancient species of human-like dragons who have mastered the arts of war and magic. Draconum battle mentors are known to take on students from various races of the land and instruct them in these unique forms of combat. They are called the Scale Sworn. Our tale is of one such Scale Sworn, albeit one who, despite his courage and sense of duty and honor, is generally considered a failure among the great dragon masters, as well as his Scale Sworn brothers and sisters. Despite his shortcomings, his battle-man tricks, the Lady Solstice, and the Stormbringer twins of Harp-Topia, who command one of the 100 Free Armies, are certain that he and his faithful companions will be instrumental in the cause for peace in the perils soon to come. Most know him as a lowly innkeeper in the mountain town, the Vale of Dawn. Others still know him by his nom de guerre. He is Arn-Iowan Auditorius, the Watchman in the North.
My cause is just, I'll be victorious. For Harp-Topia I sally forth. I'm the Watchman in the North. Lady Colleen, making errands. She's in the clutches of that feeling dark. Will I prevail, or will I miss the mark? I'm Arn-Iowan Auditorius, my Squire Morris, service laborious, Matthew Chronicles and swings and me halberd. We are watchmen, intrepid watchmen. Arn-Iowan Auditorius, my cause is just, I'll be victorious. For Harp-Topia I sally forth. I'm the watchman in the north.
Arn-Iowan Auditorius, carrying the legendary Draconum forged blade Serpent Fang, set out from the Vale of Dawn with his faithful squire Morris Corneilius and the chronicler Matthew Rowland Scott, collectively known in honor of their mantrix solstice as the Dragon Ladies' Company. Their destination, the citadels of Harp-Topia, where the twins of the most noble house of Stormbringer and their army, the Guardians of Harp-Topia, dwelt. Arn-Iowan had been honor-bound to the twins since they'd saved him in Solstice from certain doom years before, healing their wounds and also partially breaking the enchantment placed on him as a child by the vampire warlord Darq the Corrupt of the Order of Vlad. 'Twas the twins who gave Arn-Iowan the title of Watchman in the North and granted any in the Dragon Ladies' Company proxy status to the Guardians of Harp-Topia. Lady Solstice was wounded in a skirmish with Darq's minions, who goaded Arn-Iowan with news of Colleen's capture, as their affection was widely known. While the dragoness would heal, she could not make the perilous journey. Thus deprived of their strongest fighter, the Dragon Ladies' Company sought aid for their quest at Harp-Topia. However, as they neared Fairhaven, just across the Roachitan from the citadels, they heard the screech of a gyre falcon, and a scroll fell from the sky. The majestic messenger belonged to Keldane, commander of the Harp-Topian Falconer Corps, meaning the message was from the Stormbringers themselves. By torchlight, Arn-Iowan read the scroll thoroughly, and was quite vexed, for more than the safe return of Lady Megan was now at stake. The ambitions of Darq were now coming to fruition. For Darq the Corrupt, nothing held his affections more than conquest, save perhaps his devoted assassin and thief, Karlana. Karlana captured Carleen in Endwell's dungeon and brought another treasure to her liege, the Vermilion Crown. Upon learning of the helm's existence in an ancient grimoire, Darq became obsessed with harnessing its power, for with it he could control anyone in mind and body. This was promptly tested when the Elemental League sent their champion Cossack to slay Darq. The mighty forest troll was the first to be enslaved by the crown. Not satisfied with merely controlling Cossack, Darq forced him to undergo a vampiric change. Despite the efforts of Cossack's nephew Hoon to rescue him, the bodily corruption was complete. Unable to break the crown's control, Hoon was beaten near death by his uncle, and their war party slain. Darq then sent his pawn with an army to lay siege to Rowan Vale, the capital of Cossack's allies, the Elemental League. The twins indicated that they were en route to intercept Cossack, as they had ways of dealing with corrupted trolls. Their orders to the Dragon Ladies' Company were to also head to the Wilden to seek the aid of Shalindria, the Emerald Glade Mystery, to find safe passage to the Rivenheim fortress of Esau, for there lie the necessary relics that might destroy the Vermilion Crown. Their message ended with this riddle. At Esau, a son of Khamsin must draw dragon's breath, for only he can exhale it. Windsong Point illuminates the Dragon Star, and when Khamsin and Windsong come together, a wooden horse will come to life. On the shores of the Black Lake, The scheme of Darq will stumble over the relics of the Scale Swan and his beloved. The message complete, Arn-Iowan was fraught with doubt, for with the Vermilion Crown, it seemed no power in the land may be strong enough to stop Darq this time. After spending the day in Fairhaven to rest, due to the remaining effects of Darq's enchantment on Arn-Iowan, the Watchman would soon be invigorated enough to resume the journey as soon as dusk arrived. Time being of the essence, he chose to press on a few hours before dusk, despite not being at full strength. As they set out toward the outer boundary of the Wilden, as the twins had instructed, the trio were very much aware that they were surrounded by lurking mage spawn, creatures whose natural form had been grotesquely altered due to the excessive exposure of raw magestone coming out of the Atlantean strip mines, transforming them into deadly monsters. Mage spawn were not the only threat to be concerned about, for it was revealed back in Fairhaven that the Imperial Legion's techno-cavalry, consisting of both land and air units, were on maneuvers nearby. It was not that long ago that many soldiers in the free armies wouldn't have given a second thought to the proximity of an Atlantean detachment. However, that was before the Atlantean betrayal of the Knights Immortal at Campson. General Vale had warned Council Lord Jameis not to trust the Guild or the Emperor, but they had proven time and again to be without honor. But Jameis allowed his high elven pride and lust for order to cloud his judgment when he made a pact with Emperor Nujarek. In the bloodbath that followed, many an elven lord and lady perished when the Black Powder rebels charged out of the fortifications of their capital city, in no small part due to the elves' Atlantean allies abandoning them. With the alliance nullified, insult was added to injury when an imperial decree was made, stating that any affiliation with the Knights Immortal, be it Free Army or Temple Master, made one an enemy of the Empire. Arn-Iowan, Morris, and Matthew were hoping against hope that they would be able to sneak past the techno-cavalry unnoticed as they were traveling by foot and staying off main roads. They were soon filled with dread when in the distance they could hear a loud mechanical droning, the unmistakable sound made by dragonfly mounts created by the Atlantean Golem Corps. Silhouetted by the setting sun, they spotted 3 flies approaching them. 2 flankers were clearly Altem, the elite of the Imperial Legion, a force to be reckoned with on land or in the air. Taking the point was the crown jewel of the Golem Corps, a modified version of their first great success, the Storm Golem, redesigned to be able to sit astride a dragonfly and rain magestone-powered destruction from above. The most fearsome of all technomantic monstrosities, a Techun.
Dove out of sunset, flanked by Alton gunners on dragonflies, golden mechanized. Cannons flew by stone, causing mass destruction. Atlantean doom from the skies. Explosions all around us. We are outmaneuvered, desperately searching for cover by Providence. Not too far away, get to that cave. Oh, we're done for sure. Hear the boom, Imperial super weapon airborne doom that nobody can truly reckon. Drenched in gloom from the terror of the Techun, prepare to run. Situation hopeless, we must escape. Morrison and Matthew search for a way out. In a fleeting moment, I peer out of the cave. What do I see? On the horizon, a pair of centauresses pulling a war wagon. I recognize